So kindly please provide your details so that I can forward you the recording, the next 2 days recordings practically and the theoretical recordings to your email address, and our team is going to call you over phone. I hope everyone here is for Azure BI Data Factory. Anyone who is here for Power BI or MSBI or SQL? So if it is for MSBI, Power BI or SQL, that will be in next coming sessions. This is completely for Data Factory. All right. I hope everyone shared your details so we can start the class. If anyone missed out, you can please provide meantime, okay? All right. So I hope everyone can able to hear me. In case of any issue, please ping me or you can let me know. Unmute and you can ask me. Okay. So I'll give you some doubt session once the class is complete. I'll give you 5 or 10 minutes. Whatever the doubts you have related your topics related doubts or interview related point or your experience, anything, you can ask me once the class is complete, or I'll provide you. You can get my number. You can directly call me in case of you don't want to discuss over here. You can call me later. Okay, I can give you a suggestion on that. All right. So this is completely a course for Azure Data Engineering. That is DP 203, and here mostly we are focusing on the ETL tool called Azure Data Factory. So before going to this Azure topic, okay, first we'll understand, as we know, what is BI. Okay, then we'll see the BI process. If you understand this BI and what is BI process, then in later in a market, whatever the tool you want to jump related to a BI tools, whether from you are from any background. So this course is not like only for engineers or a BTechs. This course can be joined any graduation, inter, or minimum it required diploma, degree, BTech, any background can be join this course. So they'll get a designation called BI developer, cloud developer, Azure data engineer, or data analyst. Different companies have different own designation. Okay, related to the offer letter and all, I'll explain you later. So what designation they give you, company to company they change. Same way if you go for Accenture, they'll give you some data engineer position. If you same thing, if you go for same experience, if you go for with other consultancy like Capgemini, they'll give consultant. Same thing if you go for other company, they'll give you data analyst. Okay, leave about the designation. Our more important part is the work, what we are going to do. That is more important. So as we know, like there are a lot of tool in the market. What are the tools that we have in the market related to BI? There may be a Power BI, there may be SSIS tool is there. If you in MSBI, there is a three module will come again: SSIS, SSRS, SSAES, right? I don't know if people heard this all tools or not. There will be a Cognos tool, Tableau, ClickView, SAP tools we have, Informatica we have, okay, and some other tools. So what all this tool will help you? And one of the tool, like again, it comes in Azure BI. So these all are BI processing tools. BI processing tools. What actually it will do? BI processing means what actually BI? Anyone know here what is BI? Don't say just business intelligence. The full form we don't want. What actually BI is? What is the process of BI? Why people are required BI developer? Anyone here? What is the BI process or BI processing? Anyone know what is BI process? All right. If you don't know, let me. I'll show you. So if you know the BI process, later you can jump in any tool. Currently you have a tools. These tools are like BI related tools. One of the tool is specifically for reporting, dedicated for reporting. Other tool is dedicated for ETL. Other tool is like completely stack we call as stack, BI stack. Here is completely do the modeling and along with you do a reporting. Tableau again modeling and reporting. So each tool they have own purposes. If you take about Informatica, they have own tool for ETL. Again in Azure BI we have many things. Complete stack. We have ETL, we have data analysis, you have reporting, many things we have under the Azure BI. Again, that specifically if you want to go, then there is a ETL tool. Most powerful tool that we have currently in the cloud. That is your Azure Data Factory. Why most popular and powerful transformation, ETL tool is, I'll tell you how it is. So before going to this any of this tool, later you jump to any of this tool or tomorrow you get again a new tool in the market. When you understand the BI process, then you can jump to any of this tool. Maybe you get new tools also, but when you know the process, when you know the project, then you can easily manage. When you don't know the project, when you don't know how it is working, the functionality you don't know, just learning this one is not useful. You have to understand what is the useful for the business, hiring, why they are hiring this many of developers and why they are paying lakhs of salaries. If people are from reporting background, any reporting background, whether they are from reporting like SSRS, Tableau, Power BI, they must have basic knowledge on ETL. Whether your ETL is like data factory or whether it is a ETL called SSIS, they must have knowledge on ETL. If not, there's not going to get a call or request for interview. Nowadays, they are doing this way. If people are background from reporting also, any reporting, I'm not targeting onto Power BI in case of any other reporting, if they don't know the background of ETL, they don't know how the ETL functionality works, or minimum you required one ETL you have to carry for your interview. One ETL knowledge you have to carry for your interview for reporting developers, I'm saying. For a Azure data engineer or for Azure BI data analyst, not required for reporting. We don't do reporting. So it is not big thing for us to do reporting. We do ETL. We work on Azure Data Factory. If you know This one service also, there are lot of opportunity we have, lot of jobs we have, and the work is more than the Power BI or reporting, other reportings. Development and support. Support under comes the change request, that again you will be going to do development. Support also, it's just named that under that also you do the development. Okay, what is all those things? We'll discuss this later. First, we'll understand the process. If you understand the process, what actually reporting will do, what actually we do, then you can jump whatever the tool you want in the market. Okay, now let's see here. We'll understand the BI process, then we'll jump what is the Azure. We'll understand the what is the Azure, what are the different types of clouds. Okay, we'll understand what are the different type of clouds. There are different type of clouds: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. We'll understand that what is actually means. Okay, then what is that? Cloud providers. So currently there are a lot of people who provide the cloud features, cloud services. Okay, so there are different companies currently in the market. There are different types of cloud providers we have in the market currently. Like example, one of the cloud is we calling as Azure. Another cloud we have, one of the cloud is called Azure, which is providing by your Microsoft. The other cloud is like Google also they are providing. We call GCP, Google Cloud Provider. Another cloud is like Amazon, AWS we call. So these are the 3 or 4 companies currently in the market who provide a big services. But compared to our Microsoft, lot of things, lot of services are there in our Azure. Okay, so we'll see what are the different type of cloud provider and how they are providing, what services they are providing. We'll see. All right. So I'll just give you some basic BI process. Then we'll understand some other things. Okay. So if you understand this one, complete whole picture you understand. Let's see here. I hope everyone can able to see my complete screen. Anyone having any issue? Can you please confirm?
Oh, yes, we
Yeah,
can see the
yeah,
screen.
we can see. Yeah, okay, all right. Thanks. So let's talk about the BI process. Before going to the tool is not a big problem. Data fact is not a big rocket science. Anyone can learn. Before that, what company they are expecting, what company is required, that is more important. Why they are hiring, even though the IT market is there or not, the BI jobs are evergreen. You have a lot of opportunity anytime. Because of you are not doing anything, you are not coding anything, you are not implementing anything, you are just helping the business. Any company they required, what they required help from one of the expertise that they can give a proper information for my business growth, for business process. So we are a data analyst, we are the data engineers who provides the data to the end user, a business people, to their proper information. When you give a proper information, they can take a business decisions. When you don't provide him proper information, you don't provide a proper data, how they are going to take a business decisions? So complete the decisions will be based on the BI developer. What data they provide, accordingly blindly they'll take decisions. So that is what we have to be careful when you're sharing something data or report, that must be cross checked and must be given a proper information what we going to get from source. Okay. So whenever the company or business start, let example take, I'm just taking small example. Okay. Later we'll see different types. Just to make you understand, I'm just showing you one basic example. Okay. In that everything will be covered. So let's example, here is your owner is sitting in the last. What he want? He is the owner. He want to start a business. Okay. He want to start a business and he was invested some amount in a D-Mart supermarket. Okay. Okay. And what he want? He want to do analysis. He want to know whether I am getting the revenue generated, whether I am getting a profit, whether I am getting a loss. Okay. Or I am getting a some other thing. How this data or how the customer is getting, I mean, how the customer is getting into the market, whether I'm getting revenue generated or I'm getting a profit, I'm getting a loss, or should I start with other branches? So this is all they want, the information on daily basis, how much we generating the revenue, weekly how much generated the revenue, on daily basis how many users are coming, how many customers are coming on daily basis. So they started the concept called, or they started the business called a DMart. Okay, there is a market called a DMart, a supermarket. In that, what they did, they have a information like DMart information, supermarket. Okay, in that, what they want, if any customer they go to the purchase to product, any customer they go and purchase a products into their store. What generally we do, let's suppose I purchase a product. So there are different type of categories products are there. Let's suppose I purchase some electronic products. So definitely I'll do some billing. So there will be a counter. If you see the counter, they have their own system, their own applications that may be developed in Java or .NET or C sharp, whatever it is. That is not our headache. They develop the billing application. They developed the billing application, billing app, or whatever you can call it billing app. What billing app will do? The moment you purchase a product, the moment they do barcode, the information will be captured. The product details, the product price, how much quantity used, what is the uh, like a discount amount, what is the other things, color and all, what is the product weight. This is all you'll have. Okay. The moment he submit the information, where it will go this information, maybe they store in their own system. The moment they submit, the information may be stored in their system, or maybe they connected with their other applications like other storages. Depend upon their budget, the moment they submit the button, they may be stored, that information is under other storage account, because the millions of transactions are happening every day. We cannot store in my local system. So that is what they are doing it. They are storing one, they are taking one storage account. The storage account may be depend upon their company budget. They want files. It may be CSV, TXT, temporary files, or they want to go Excel, they want to go JSON, they want to go other thing, Parquet file. No, they are good at business. They want a databases. They can go SQL, they can go Oracle, they can go MySQL, MariaDB, whatever it is. They are good at in the cloud. They have less budget. They want to go cloud. They can go data lake. They can go blob storages. They can go Azure SQL. They can go some other storages, Azure storages, anything depend upon whatever their budgets they have. So whatever the information they entered, the moment you submit, there is an internal, there will be a connectivity. Maybe it may be a JDBC, maybe a ODBC, whatever, I don't know. So their headache. Their responsible is to get the data into this live storage. So this is we call as live storage. We call as OLTP storage. For non-technical person, it may be a new words for you, but it will be same words complete your project. Okay, the names will not change. So the moment you enter some details, what happen? The information will be stored under the storage account in the live storage. We call as online transaction processing. So the moment, let's suppose nowadays what happen? The moment you do phone pay, Google Pay, immediately you can check that account details in your bank, or you can log into your net banking, or you can log into a portal. You can check how much balance it is remaining or how much detected. Immediately you can check because of the live storage. In earlier, if you go 10 years back or 12 years back, if you want to do some transaction that will not immediately reflect in your tape in your bank account, you have to go. If you got a credited or deposited your account details, then you have to go to earlier to bank. You have to carry your passbook. You will get an entry, then you will get to know, okay, this entry is there, that means I got deposited in this one. Then we go to the ATM and we can withdraw that amount. Nowadays everything is live. Whatever you do, immediately the transactions are happening. Immediately you can check how much transactions are there. The same way, what the people they want the information, like they want to see the report, the graph report, or the graph report, they want to see whether that going high or whether they're going down, and they want to analyze last 1 month data, or maybe last 1 year data. They want to see how the progress of my business. If you see in the live storages, we cannot maintain the 1 year of data. Max to max 1 day, 1 week, 10 days, 15 days, not more than that. Because every day millions of records you'll get. When you store a huge volume of data, 1 year of data, there will be a problem here. What problem? The moment you submit, there are three things are getting performed. One is insert, one is update. If somebody want to return or I want to change some product, they'll update. Or new customer purchase the product, they want to do the entry. And if they want to return the product, they have to delete the entry from the storage account. So these are the DML operations we call in SQL. These are the DML operations we call in SQL. So this going to be performed. There is no analysis. There is no select query here. We never do analysis here. We simply dump the data. So there is no select option here. But still, I am going to hire a SQL developer. Okay, I'm going to hire SQL developer. He will help me to write my select query and get the data from the live. What data? Either he can write a query. He can write the query from the product tables and get the information. What will happen? They immediately will go here. He will query the data and he will return. So the problem here is when it is running, when your store is running, you cannot query the data. Your store is running morning 9 a.m. and it is closing at night 10 p.m. You cannot run any queries. If you run queries, there may be a chance of data blocking. Your resources will block to the other services. And this he has to wait until this process is complete. Until even though you use a proper performance tuning, we never do any query in live. Very rarely. If they ask you 1 year data means it runs a lot of time it will eat. So that is what the most important part here is, we don't store historical data here. You cannot do maximum 1 week or 1 day data we store. In our company, we store only 1 day data. Every 1 day date wise we store. But some company max to max, which I have seen in IBM, max to max they have maintaining only 1 week data, not more than that. Because of they have big servers, they're storing in 1 week. So the problem here is to get the data, he want the analysis and he want the 1 year of data. So that is what we do. We're going to hire a BI developers. Now BI developers will come into the picture. we're going to come into the picture now. So we're going to hire a BI developer who can do for me a BI end-to-end process. He can do for me a end-to-end process, and he can suggest me a good way, and he can give me a data. I can do analysis on top of that. So now I'm going to hire the ETL developer. I'm going to hire ETL developer. The ETL development may be on-premises ETL developer. It is a SSIS ETL developer, or maybe I am going to hire a cloud developer. So this ETL developer, what they do, they extract. What do they do? Extract the data, clean the data, and whatever they clean the data, they will going to load this data to the targets. Extract from where? They extract from different sources. Different sources. Target to a different targets. What they do? They extract maybe from a file. They extract maybe the databases. They extract the data maybe a cloud databases or cloud storages. Once they extract, they clean unwanted data, remove the bad data, and they'll make to load this data in your database or data warehouse. Okay, here what they do, they will store this information under your database. So once the store is closed 10 p.m., I am going to schedule early morning 2 a.m. or 5 a.m., whatever your requirement is. I'm going to extract this data, and I'm because the system will be idle that time. Nobody is working on this one. Nobody transactions are happening. So that time I'll go extract, and I'm going to load this data on daily basis in your data warehouse. This we call as OLAP system. OLAP system. So here we store daily basis data, or we call as historical data. And this is data for analysis data. And this is for analysis data, only readable data. Here you have readable, readable, what is that? Readable data. You don't do write here. Write operations will be performed here. Insert write. Here only readable data. Whenever they want, you have a historical data every day it store. Let's suppose one day, one country data is coming from file, other countries coming from database, other countries coming from other databases, cloud databases. So all countries data clubbed to the one storage account. All countries data will be available here. Okay, UK, Canada, whatever data you want, you can get it from this one storage account. This is a data warehouse account. And instead of writing a query to the SQL here, we directly extract from here. Whatever the result I get here in the below, that it may be a table record, it may be your, I will design in the Excel, whatever the result come, the table which I get the output, the same I'll put it in the table and I'll share to the end user that report. The problem with this one is it's not looking that good, the table format. They want to do some graph. They'll not never see a millions of record wise records. They cannot analyze that way. I want a proper graph so that by seeing that picture, I can understand, okay, this product is taking high value, it is going low value. So I want every day, I don't want a manual work. Every day you are writing a query, it is hitting the data, it gets your response in the table, and you are preparing a table and you're sharing it. This is a manual work. So that is what I'll do. Now I'm going to hire the report developer. I'm going to hire here as a report developer who can design a report for me in a better way in automation process. The report developer may be any tool. It may be your Power BI, it may be your SSRS, it may be your other. So this may be a Power BI. What reporting content? Reporting is nothing but reporting is nothing but is a select query. Is a select query. This query I'm taking and placing here for automation. That's it. It may be SSR is here also contain query. SSRS, I mean SQL queries, or it may be other reportings. What they do, instead of writing here manually, they put the query here and they'll fire from here. And whatever the response they come, they will generate in a form of graph. They'll generate in a form of visualizations. There are different type of graphs we have, visualizations we have, UI we have. You will be sharing this one. Instead of asking to this developer, they can go to the portal or they can get the automation directly here. Again, these people, what they do, they have to go and extract the data from here. If the report developer is working only for India region country, he has to filter it from the data warehouse. He has to filter the data, India related data. So it take longer time when you run the query. What happened whenever the user is open the report, even the UI, he open the report, what happened? Background, this query will get fired here. And this query will go to this, it will run here and get the response. That response will be shown to the end user. It takes longer time. The user will not wait this many time, this much of time. User want a quick report. He will not wait for 15 minutes, 20 minutes to run your query and you have to wait till that. No, he want quick report. So again, what we do, we going to get the help of ETL developer. We going to get the help of ETL developer. What ETL developer will do now? See here. So ETL developer will help them to again to get the best way of record or quick reporting. So they use a concept called here data marts, or they use the best concept called cubes, or again they use the best way of summarized database, aggregated data. So what generally you do in reporting, these people will never show you the data based on based on the transactions wise. They never give you a transactions wise data. They always required data in aggregated form. That means the end user will never see who customer purchased what product, that customer what products he purchased. They never see on customer level. They always see the data in high level of information like year wise data, yearly wise sales, monthly wise sales, the product wise sales, okay, product wise sales, or daily revenue, how much they're generating. This level they're going to filter, and based on this year wise sales or monthly sales, based on that they will be analyzing the data. Okay, so what we can do here is we can extract this data, and again we're going to call to the ETL developer, please extract this data and make it easy to reporting, and they'll create a data marts. What is a data marts? Data marts is a specifically purpose or specific required databases. So in the data marts, what we are doing, we are just making data marts a specific region. Let's suppose India. I can do easily, instead of filtering here, waiting for minutes, I can easily go and get the data. If I'm working for the reporting people also will work for different applications. They're not going to work in all the areas. If you're working for this one, they go with this one. Or here, what is these are the same kind of databases. We call a special kind of database. And here also we require to load the data through again ETL. Here also we require ETL. The work is more. Again, here in case of you want aggregated data, because definitely in a query you are writing some minimum max. So instead of that, we're going to maintain here only some minimum max counts, average, everything we maintaining here. So they don't need to write in query. While loading the data only, I'll maintain everything. I'll send the data through this one. So again, what we required again here is required ETL development. Here we required ETL development. Here is required ETL development. Then that is what the comparison with your reporting and your ETL is more work. Okay, we generally call analysis databases or a cube database. This is your aggregated databases or summarized databases. So this is your end-to-end BA process. That is what earlier, if you see, there is a concept called MSBA. Why they are hiring the MSBI? Still they are hiring the MSBI because when you hire the MSBI, that person can work in end-to-end project. He can work in SSIS, he can work in SSRS, he can work on SSES. End-to-end process he can work. The same way, Microsoft earlier there was a tool called MSBI. Now they have released a tool called Azure BI. In that Azure BI, you can do ETL instead of SSI. You can do in better way ETL. You can do in a form of reporting. You can take as Power BI services, and you can do analysis here also, tabular model. So end-to-end complete process you can design the BI process. But the drawback with this one, what is happening now, people are, they don't want to do in on-premises. These are the on-premises setup. Everything is doing in the on-premises. If you see a complete thing, I'm doing in the on-premises. Now we don't want on-premises. We got a concept called a cloud. We got a concept called Azure is nothing but a cloud feature. So there is no such cloud. You cannot store any data in the cloud. You are doing in on-premises. Currently in my local company, I'm doing this way. I want physically system. Physical system is required. Physical storage is required. Separate team is going to hire. ETL developer physical tools are required. Visual tools required. SQL Server license is required. Databases are required. Physical is required. So what we are doing here now, we are just the same architecture, same process. We are changing into the cloud. So that doesn't mean it going to store in the cloud. That means you are acting as a developer, you are acting or working like a virtually. Here you are the developer, you are acting like a virtually. Okay, you are acting like a virtually, and the same setup, whatever you did here, the same setup you are developing here in the cloud. But whatever you store, let's suppose here in on-premises you have to purchase a system. So you have to purchase the operating system license, Windows license, many things are there. So same thing what Microsoft is suggesting, let's instead of installing, we're going to provide you the system for a rental use. Instead of using your SSIS physical tool, Visual Studio, we're going to provide you for rental use. There's the best tool we have is Data Factory. You are using the storages account in company, you are using some 250 GB by example. Tomorrow you want to increase to 500 GB. Is it possible to increase the 250 to 500? It is not easy. Okay, we cannot increase the 500 GB easily. You required the system will be supported or not, the infrastructure will support or not. For example, I'm saying 500 GB, there are millions steel TBs are there. So the system will support or not. If you increase external also, whether your system architecture will support. In case if it is not supported, then it will be a big problem and it will give you performance issues, performance lagging. So, and separate team is required, dedicated team is required, storage team is required, who have to maintain the storage account in your on-premises with specific temperature. There is a separate team is required. ETL development separate tool is required. SQL Server, it is not a free of cost. If you go in real time, they use enterprise editions. They use enterprise editions. For enterprise edition, it's very costly. Currently, we are practicing with developer edition or evaluation edition. Enterprise is key based users. If you purchase key wise, it will cost you. So everything, all services is giving by your Microsoft over cloud. What they are saying is you no need to pay, you no need to purchase anything. Even it is your small project, it is even your a kind of big project. You no need to pay anything for a purchasing. You just pay how much time you are using it. We're going to charge for that. So that means background, you even though you are using virtually, background they have a data center. Background, they have a data center. Whatever you select the storage account or database, whatever there, the moment you enter here, I want storage account, they will hold under the data center. That data center also you can decide where you want. In East US you want, in India you want, in other country you want, you can select here. So as a developer, we are just filling like a form to purchase these storages, and that will be maintained under the data center. Here the installation will be done for you, but you are acting like a virtually. But physically, somebody is working on behalf of you. There is a Microsoft team. That is what there is a lot of opportunity on Microsoft. If you go to the Mindtree, the people are mostly from Microsoft contract based. So whatever you do, allocation, everything will be maintained under the data center. On behalf of you, somebody is working, Microsoft team is working on you, but you are feeling like a farm here. So and they are asking you, you no need to pay for a complete license. You have to pay. There is a concept called pay as you go. How much time you are using. If you are not running in the night times, if the systems are not running in the night times, you no need to pay the charges for that. If you are storing in 1 TB, you are storing just 5 GB, you have to pay for 5 GB of amount of price. If data factory you are running, you have to pay while it is running only. While loading the data, you have to pay. So that is what this concept is come into the picture. That is we call as cloud. So what Microsoft saying, they have implemented cloud. They said as they implemented one store, they can purchase anything. The store name they given as Azure. The store name they given as Azure. They're asking you to come to their portal .azure.com and asking you to purchase whatever you want, like how you have Amazon portal, how you have Flipkart. They have the store name called Azure where you can purchase any kind of products. The products again divided into different platforms. The products are divided into different platforms. So when you go to the Amazon Flipkart, what you see, there is a categorizations, right? Clothing, electronic products, gadgets separately, some bookstore are separate module, categorize you have. The same way in our clouds also, it may be anything. It may be your different type of clouds like GCP, Google Cloud, or your AWS, Amazon, or it your Azure, Microsoft, anything. Inside this cloud, they provided the three categorizations. That is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. There are three categorizations. Name only can understand infrastructure. Infrastructure means where it is physically involved. Infrastructure, it is occupying some space. That is comes under the services. Those comes under the infrastructure as a service. Platform like your SQL Server, other services, those will come under the platform as a service. Operating system, other things are comes under your SQL Server, other tools are comes under the platform as a service. Okay, so practically we'll discuss in this next session whatever I discussed today, this complete picture, whatever we have seen in the right now, the same picture I'll show you practically to implement the same picture, the same project will implement in tomorrow's class. Okay, so any questions, any doubts here so far?